shunts since. Well, I mean, if it's just for the defense reactions, maybe he wants to play shunts for defense reactions. I'm not sure.
It's definitely possible.
Maybe he was predicting the bait with the Voltaire.
It is possible. It is possible.
But I do see the shock charmers, which is I think a pretty telltale sign of lightning, like aggro lightning.
Mm-hmm. You just see time snap Arsenal pass, not give him a
Turn
chance. Yeah, not give him a chance to do anything. It looks like it is a lightning deck. So
got an endless arrow. So
wow.
if that hits, it gets put back into his hand.
Looks like he just arsenals and passes himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Or he did that at the end phase. I lied. He can do that.
Oh, okay.
It's an instant. Yep. It's been a minute since I've seen these cards, so yep. Twice per turn instant, you can do X thing. Okay. Makes sense.
Josh should have just in the Brennan Patrick special pass? Question.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it. I was thinking it hard though.
This is definitely going to be I think semi-rough for Josh, but it looks to me that Josh he went with the bare minimum 60 cards. One thing Josh has always talked about is being able to fatigue certain decks. There is a possibility that he might be able to do something like that here if he can't get anything rolling early game. You see him go ahead and block 5 on the Dazzling Crescendo, which is coming in for 4. So now Dazzling, it went go again into Endless Arrow. So
I think he's probably okay if Endless Arrow hits, because like if he's gonna arsenal it, that's fine. Or if he wants to keep it in his hand and it's like not that amazing,
yeah,
it's just attack vanilla, but it gets put back into your hand.
It also kind of it depends on what's in Josh's hand, right?
Yeah.
If Josh has a mostly red hand, he might want to get rid of most of it, or pick and choose kind of what he wants to keep. And right now, it just having a Razor plus a Route that he had to get rid of just.
Route never feels good to get rid of.
Not really, especially when it's the mat you're playing on, you know.
Yeah. Turn 1.
So.
Josh is thinking about blocks here.
Yeah. I always respect the thought process that goes behind every single thing that Josh, thinks about.
One thing that we're not even really thinking about is Josh might not let this arrow hit because he doesn't want him to dump 2 blues into Shock Charmers and then just arsenal the. Okay, yeah. So he did not let it hit, which I think is a pretty good play if you're not gonna be doing much on your turn anyway.
Fair enough. So you see a yellow Warrior's Valor, and he just comes in for 3 with 1 floating. So like technically here he is he's threatening at least 1 attack reaction.
Yep.
But also doesn't have go again, so it's more than likely just coming in for 3 and passing.
But with Dorinthea, you never know if you're gonna do something crazy like a Singing Steel Blade into a Glint, and then draw a card, pitch, and then threaten the second counter. It could be anything. Even though Josh is typically a player who likes to set up big turns, and
also doubtful that'll even happen. Yeah. Don't want to blow your load too fast, I guess. Makes it way easier for the Lexii player late game if he gets rid of a lot of those cards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right then, Josh is just trying to make sure that he wasn't able to come in with a 5-card hand, which looks to me Paul didn't mind whatsoever to go ahead and block with a card.
With Lexii, if you have 2-3 arrows in your hand, you're not going to be able to use them. It's fine to get rid of one of them.
Looks like he activates the Lexii ability.
Okay. Go again.
Yeah. Looks like he's going pitch, seek and destroy into bolt and shot for 7, right?
Yeah. So he's saying, if this hits, I want your arsenal.
Yep. He's trying to bust some stuff up here. It looks like.
Which he does not know, but Josh is a very slow player, and he will gladly keep blocking on hit effects until.
Yeah. For sure. The one weird thing right now is he did block with Refraction Bolters the turn before, so it definitely makes this block a little weird.
I'm
I
also
like how even on TTS, Josh is presenting the full damage with dice on the board.
yeah, we were talking about that a couple
True to
weeks
him.
ago. Josh is such a neat player compared to me and Chain. Chain's just so awful to play on TTS.
Didn't look fun, especially with your tilted playmat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His Bolden shot's coming in for 8, and if it hits, he's able to reload. But he doesn't have any cards left, so.
Actually, I believe
pushing
reload
even
you have to have
damage.
no cards in your arsenal.
Yep. You
Yeah,
have to have no cards. Yep.
Oh.
So
I learned that because of Christian. Shout out Christian.
Shout out, brother.
Our local Lexii.
Oh,
No, our local Lexii player.
Oh, the lucky Lexi player. Okay. Looks like he just gave it the +1. Yeah, so it's coming in for 8. So Josh realistically needs to know needs to really figure out how much he values his arsenal card, right? So
Yeah.
for the people who don't know what Seek and Destroy does, card's pretty good. Your next arrow attack this turn gains +3, and if it hits you at the beginning of their next end phase, they discard all cards in their hand and destroy all cards in their arsenal. So Josh has to really figure out what he's going to do here as far as doing a big play on the follow-up if he has to let this hit. So now, more or less, he's thinking how good his hand is to go ahead and just play most of it out. Like if he has a couple of pre-buffs to play and then can play his arsenal card, then he's fine, right? Or he just defends 9. And looks to me that he blocked with a yellow Warrior's Valor, a blue Hit and Run, and then a red Overpower. So I feel like it wasn't very good to have that card hit, honestly.
No. Especially, I think he's saving something good.
Yeah.
If he's really just protecting it.
Just might be a supremacy, might just be waiting on on the correct hand to do it, to kind of turn the tide a little bit. Like right now, obviously he's ahead in life, but I mean that really doesn't matter at this current moment. You know, Electrify is going to be able to be played because he had 3 on Tunic.
Yep, that Tunic Electrify is disgusting.
This is going to be a really big turn coming out of Lexii here, so I would not be surprised to see all 4 cards be defended with here out of Josh's hand. And I mean,
he's reading Shock Charmers right now. He's like, "Yep, I think that card does what I think it does."
Yeah, I mean, I'm reading it myself too. I feel like Shock Charmers is a really hard card to play around a lot of times. And as you see, he goes Buzzbolt, and he actually fused it with another red Electrify. So he's doing some dirty stuff right now. So if it's fused, whenever an attack hits a hero this turn, it deals 1 damage to them, which is pretty cool. So it just adds a +1 damage to the hit. So he just full blocks 6 here. 20 and out for blood.
What are the chances that he has a lightning press in hand?
He pitched 1, and he gave Buzzbolt go again here. So coming in lightning surge for 4. I see this hitting, honestly.
This is still scary because if he has 2 blues in his hand, he can just dump that into Shock Charmers.
Yep.
That's still,
and that's
doing a lot of
3 damage here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or dump 1 blue, deal an extra damage, load up your arsenal for next turn, something like that.
Yep.
Oh, but he's got a nice little sink below.
Very nice.
So Josh definitely in sideboarding had the longer game in mind, and the value. Yep, he's like, I'm just gonna hit you for 3, and
he's getting the incremental 3s in when he can, and I mean, still blocking 3, being able to pitch 1, doesn't seem awful. Especially if you're able just to.
That Lexii doesn't have very good armor to block with, so
yep,
every little bit's gonna count in this match.
And I think that's where He just needs to find a really good hand to kind of swing into his favor. Because right now he is obviously playing on the back foot, having to defend 3, possibly 4 cards a turn right now. Because the Lightning Lexii deck does like to go burr. So
it's kind of like he's playing Bravo right now.
Yep.
Like Bravo Light.
This is kind of the reason you can see why Axe Dory was actually a deck. Because, like, Dory just blocks for 3 on basically everything.
Super consistent at blocking. Everything's a 3 defense. So we have been at it for 4.5 hours. For the 15 people who are in here, we appreciate you guys chilling with us on this Thursday evening, Thursday night, or Thursday morning, wherever the hell you're from. This has been a fun night of flesh and blood. Right, Neil? Right, Sebastian?
I had fun.
You had fun? I imagine you had fun more than the first 3 guys, you know?
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah,
I love you guys.
Say that. Pull a nom. Just be like, nah, you suck.
Yeah.
Wow. So this Buzzbolt's coming in for 6. It looks like he gave it a +1 from Voltaire. So on hit, it's doing 9 if he lets it go.
Yep.
That's terrifying. Actually, Buzzbolt, it'd be 8. It'd be 8 + 1.
Over.
It's 8 + 1. Okay.
Yeah. So Josh is definitely like, I'm just gonna have to keep throwing my whole hand. Or
yeah, I mean that's what. Unfortunately, that's what he's got to do right now.
But
there's gonna be. Go ahead.
Throwing 3 cards, he's trading almost the same amount or like cool cards with the opponent because they're throwing 3 cards at him. He's blocking 3 cards. So, like if it does come down to a fatigue thing, he's actually not wasting a lot of resources here.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is a terrible card to get thrown at you, probably with the +1 for 6. So
I would assume this is also coming in for 6. Yeah, looks like he's just gonna have the double block and. Looks like he's doing his 2 equipment.
Might be coming in for 5. That's why. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's just trying to play the game. Let me save a card if I can. Throw it back at you.
Yep. So gave it go again. He's just going Lightning Surge now for 4.
Jeez.
Very, very good. And he had the Fate, so now he can kind of, I guess, filter a little bit.
Here we go. And we have 1. What color electrifies? That's a blue, so he might be playing all the electrifies. But
is that a blue
2 red
electrify?
Yeah.
Wow.
So is that 2 red electrifies that he's dealt with already?
2 red Yep, 2 red electrifies and we know blue electrifies at the bottom.
And he hasn't taken a damage yet. That's insane that he's blocked this well.
He's kind of forced to.
Yeah, he's just been the hand he's been dealt here.
Especially seeing like he's had pretty red hands and then getting defense reactions in them. You're like, might as well. This could actually be a very good turn for Josh because the opponent probably going to do more of a setup turn because he doesn't have an arsenal.
Yep.
And no tunic counter on 3.
Looks like Josh forgot his tunic counter as well.
Yeah, I was saying that Josh is basically playing a mini Bravo deck right now.
Yeah, sort of, kind of, especially.
I'm getting a lot of background from your mic.
Neil, turn your mic off and turn it back on. There it is. Maybe that might be better. Kind of was getting loud for a second.
Yeah.
So you got a Endless Era is coming in. Pitch 3 for it. So Endless Era is just for 4.
Again.
Yeah. More than likely just 4 go again.
Which, I don't know. This might be the hand that Josh goes, you know what?
Haha.
That's not a really bad hit effect? Nope.
I mean,
Got the
Sink Below's really good to go ahead and get rid of it.
It is a bad hit effect because he's going to recycle if he doesn't deal with it.
I mean, I wouldn't want the Endless Arrow, but I mean, at the same time, he might just have a very good hand to do something with. But it looks like he bows and loads, and then comes in again for, it looks like that's a red bolt and shot, so for 4.
No, for 5 because he gave it +1 and then it's got go again.
That's what
Then
it is.
he's-
Yeah. It looks like he went ahead and just took it, and then he comes in for an Endless Arrow for 4.
So
Very,
Josh-
very good turn.
Yeah. So firing 3 arrows with a 4-card hand. Wow.
If you're Josh, do you just take this 4? Looks like you
he's
did.
taking it.
Yeah, so it just gets arsenaled.
I don't
That's
know,
that's the third Endless Arrow.
I might have personally. I don't know what his hand is. If he has a really aggressive hand here, it might be worth it. But I would have maybe try to stop that.
I
No,
think
he's
he's
got
gonna go
Supremacy, yeah.
Supremacy. Yeah, so it's gonna force. It's definitely gonna force blocks out of.
Especially with 2 cards and 1 floating.
Yep.
A lot can be.
And like we talked about too, you have New Horizon that defends for 2, but then it's gone, and
You have the Purge.
you got the
Grab
Purge
Zero,
that's
yeah.
for 2 as well, and like that, and then the Tunic you don't want to get rid of till like it's immediately done with. So you're looking at more than likely getting rid of. If he doesn't want this to hit, you're more than likely getting rid of a piece of armor, or you're blocking 3 cards because most of your cards block for 2.
So do you think that Josh tried to next level him by giving him back his arrow only to force him to try to block with the New Horizons to kill it anyway?
Yep. I legitimately think that's what's going on. And I think a lot of times, and maybe somebody who plays Lexii in the chat can tell me otherwise, I do feel like the New Horizon is there mostly for the block instead of the extra, arsenal slot.
The only time I can really see it being good is like turns where you have an Electrify or something that you can't play out, and you're just like, or in the ice deck, a non-attack action you want to save, and you're like, okay, I'll leave that face up and then put something else in.
It's a lot harder to set up a second arsenal slot without Voltaire. So if
Yeah.
you're playing like the ice version, it's probably a non-factor anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm not too versed in.
I mean,
the
you
deck, so
see him block with 2 lighted ups and a Heaven's Claws, so you have 9.
That's pretty
here.
good.
That's insane for Josh, I feel.
And you have to think the Lexii player that's 2 lighted ups. We've seen all 3 Endless Arrow. At a certain point, these red arrows that he's throwing at Josh early game, they're gonna add up,
Oh, for sure.
and he's not gonna have much to throw back.
So he just comes in for the Endless Arrows for 4, trying to see if he could possibly
Keep recycling.
keep recycling it and arsenaling it.
I think Josh spends a card to get it, like a card in a bracer to get rid of it here. And then that's out from the game. He can't. Oh, so he's just taking it.
Well, he put it back in his hand, and now Josh knows if it's in his hand or if it's in his arsenal.
Yep.
Because the guy Paul didn't
Shuffle,
hand shuffle. Crap Talk Radio does say we haven't seen a single 3 of a kind. He might not be playing it. Or he's just gotten unlucky and seen a whole bunch of other stuff. So you see a hit and run, time snap potion, plays another Supremacy.
This is why Josh said, you know what, you can have that Endless Arrow.
Yeah, for sure. 3 of a kind incoming now. I could see it. So you got Dawnblade coming in for 5. Getting it has an extra action point. So it just blocks a full 9 again with 2 more Buzz Bolts. So we have a yellow Buzz Bolt and a blue. So it looks like he might be playing all 9 Buzz Bolts.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think.
He gets Winning Blade. Getting
Oh my
flashbacks
goodness.
here.
Oh no, the Twinning Blade.
I think he just blew him
Joshua
out, right?
Lau, you crazy bastard, you.
That's why he took that forward. He's like,
I
"Yeah,
wouldn't
I'll take
I wouldn't
that."
say it's a blowout, but I do think that he actually has the capabilities of doing quite a bit of damage. If he has a way to play an attack reaction
best
here,
case scenario.
yeah, if he has a way to play an attack reaction here, while Paul defends most, like with his armor, he probably just gets so much value going into mid-late game here.
Yeah. Yep, there we go.
So yeah, he goes 5.
5.
Yeah. So what are we gonna see out of Josh here? He's got glint. So he's trying to filter, and then he pitches the singing steel blade. Now he has it. Okay, so the +3. So we're looking at 8 to 5 right now. So you're gonna take 3, and it has go again. So he's got one more, so he can attack again for 3, and he hits the steel blade supremacy.
5 because it's for turn, right?
Yeah, the steel blade supremacy is for turn, so he's gonna more than likely just come in here for oh no, he Brave Forge bracers, and he's gonna come in for 6 with 2 floating, and then he's gonna guarantee himself an arsenal card. That was such a powerful turn. I think that was the second twinning we've seen.
On top of guaranteeing the counter on
yep, Dom Blade gets the counter on the second hit. Fun fact for a lot of people that don't know, if you actually have a twinning blade supremacy turn, or anything, if you go twinning blade and your attack hits the first 2 times, on your third hit you'll actually get the counter, or on the second hit you're going to get the counter to have the counter for your third attack. A lot of people don't know that, and catches a lot of people off guard. And I actually think here Josh needs to block.
Yeah.
To go ahead and solidify endless arrows not being a thing, unless Paul's playing Remembrance like Christian does, right? So
no.
About
5/3 of a kind.
Great turn there. Yeah, I agree. Definitely was the correct time to do a twinning supremacy turn.
I mean, especially when it just comes like natty off the top of the deck like that, you just have to go for it.
Yeah, of course. He just let it hit, goes to 23. Sure. I'm all for that. Whatever Josh thinks is correct is what I'm going to agree with. What is Remembrance? Remembrance is a 0 cost card. Oh, wow.
That's why.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Remembrance is a 0 cost card that says put 3 actions back into your deck from your graveyard.
We keep going, why does Josh not block that endless arrow? And then we see these turns and we're like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's coming in for 9 draw a card.
Holy crap.
Because, yeah, he allowed Paul to keep the endless arrow, but if Josh can take this 5-card hand and just push damage, then it's not going to matter anymore.
Yep.
And with 2 cards, he could easily, he's like baiting every single card in the game right now, because that arsenal card could be a route, could be an overpower, could be a
could just be an Iron Song response, like any of that.
He could have double Iron Song. So if I'm Paul, I kind of have to account for what 6 over, whether it's a overpower or like a double Iron Song response.
Yeah.
If you want to full block this and stop it, you have to account for 6 over.
Just letting Dorinthea have 1 counter just throws everything off.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen a ball lightning, so Paul might be playing like a post-nerf version, you know.
Kind of how Nathan did.
Kind of like how Nathan did, just seeing if he can still...
Possible.
If it's still possible.
Yeah. Who knows? Wow, he took it.
Wow.
He took it and went to 13. So now Supremacy's going to draw him a card. And then now he's just going to come in for another 5 here. That's really good. For
bracers and then like he's almost threatening lethal here.
If he has a blue and it's not an overpower, looks like he pitches a red out for blood.
Oh.
Yep. So he pitches a red out for blood and just comes in for 6, activates the bracers and just comes in for 6.
I think Paul realized it's easier to block this second attack than it is the first one.
For sure. Josh is more or less guaranteeing himself to to keep
Get a
the
super
counter.
overblock. Yeah.
I mean, the ultimate punish there was an overpower, right? But
Yeah.
we already seen one, so
yeah. Got a route.
yeah.
Now with a 10 life lead and giving Dorinthea just another turn to do whatever she wants. There's the 3 of a kind.
There's the 3 of a kind. So,
but he can't play anything but arrows, so no non-attack action. So he's just going to be.
You can only play cards from your arsenal.
Yep.
So he has to figure out if he whiffs on arrows here, then that's just a waste. Well, it looks like he probably didn't. So the second arsenal slot he loads to go crescendo for 4. So he drew a red frazzle and a red dazzling crescendo with endless still up in the arsenal slot.
I actually kind of like this endless arrow.
The endless arrow has definitely been giving him quite a bit of value this game.
Yeah.
Which is why that's one thing that we need to ask him after the match, regardless, is why he kept on letting the endless arrow hit.
And he'll just be like, "Those turns were too good."
Oh yeah, endless arrows is such a good card, Craft Talk Radio, for sure.
Oh, is that Billiam Badshaw?
That's the Billiam Badshaw. So, like, to me here, he's got no resources floating. I just feel like the endless arrow and he still values the
card out of his hand.
The card, okay. So Paul has 2 cards, and he went ahead and just arsenaled 1.
Whoa, penny dropper.
Wow, penny dropper with the 499. Wow, you're crazy. You're cracked. Wow.
Whoa.
Thanks, the simple peasant wanted to be noticed by kings. Wow. You are a king, sir. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Since everybody's okay with me doing things.
Yep.
Freaking excited. All right, so you got Spoils of War coming in. You have 6 go again. Off of the back of pitching a blue overpower. Which okay. He's had this arsenal slot for a couple turns, has he not?
Yeah.
I can imagine it's like a route.
That's
Freed.
Maybe an
Hashtag
overpower.
Kyle Freed.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, is it possibly could be like an overpower or a route. And he's just waiting on the perfect time to like do something with it. Because if you got to think, if Paul keeps on 3 blocking stuff, he's eventually just going to run out of arrows anyway.
Yeah.
So, and you have Josh at 33 to Paul at 29 cards in deck. So at this point too, Josh is winning that race as well. This is very, very hard to defend on Paul's part. Having 2 cards, 1 floating, and a card in arsenal. Looks to me that he's taking it. So goes to 7, and Dawnblade.
Whoa.
Does things.
Chill out. Don't talk about that illegal stuff. Yeah.
So paid 1 for bracers, it looks like. No, he's just coming in for 4
Dorinthea is
again.
saying, "I'm coming in for lethal," because even though it's just 4, you're like, okay, he has got 3 cards.
That's the thing. Exactly. Yeah, it's like
you can have your 4 damage arrow. I'm coming in for 15.
If he has any sort of just inherent pay 1 pump 3, and he decides not to block, this game could be over right now. So now he's got to figure out how efficiently to block to be able to have a turn, because you're at the point now, you're at such less life, and there's a counter on Dawnblade. Forgive me.
You have to think. Plus, Josh didn't pay for bracers, so
yeah,
he's holding cards back. That would make it even more
He
scary.
He is. I think he is sandbagging here. He has to be. Which of course, Paul's no slouch, and he knows that. or he has to have something of that idea in the back of his head that he could be sandbagging me here. And I feel like the second Paul blocks 9 or Paul overblocks, the game might just be over at that point too, because then Dorinthea just can come at you every single turn.
Exactly.
And also at the same time, like, it makes me think that he just doesn't have a so he just perfect blocks and says, better have it.
Better have it.
Yeah.
Better have it.
And it's hit 1, so he's keeping the counter. And he's trying to keep that big hand. So he pitches an overpower red and plays an out for blood. The out for blood was from his arsenal. So it goes up to +1. It's a blue out for blood. So he's coming in for 5. Hitting the 1, and he gets another counter on his Dawn Blade. That's actually crazy. So,
you know what's funny? I think from Paul's perspective, that was correct.
I think it was
just
too.
Putting it on better have it, because he's like, you're gonna win this game if I block.
Wow, seek and destroy. 3 of a
Paul
kind.
did the perfect thing. He said, I'm putting you on better have it.
Great
if
blocking.
Not, I'm gonna come back with a powerful turn.
Great blocking on Paul's part here. So you have another Seek coming in with an endless arrow.
There it is. It's coming to haunt Josh right now. Ooh,
wow. So I'm assuming he gave go again here with the bow. So currently you're looking at, what is it, 8 go again?
Yeah.
And honestly. Honestly, incredible comeback out of Paul here after being presented like that. So, yeah, looking back at that defense, it definitely was correct, because blocking a perfect 4, he literally had to put Josh on an Iron Song response plus a blue for a red overpower. Very, very specific. So, or like a singing steel blade play. So, very, very good blocking on Paul's part here. And then obviously now coming back on a crazy turn where he's gonna go Remorseless for 8 plus endless arrows for 4. Wow. Very good crackback turn.
I mean, Josh can't let this hit because he's gonna go so down in life. But
yeah, he really just can't let this hit. And right now, he's got 1 block, 2 block, technically 3 block in armor, and he just lets it hit.
Then he goes Fate.
Now he gets rid of plays Fate and gets rid of the endless arrows. So now he needs to play all his cards.
That card.
What'd you say, Neil?
I think that was like the 3rd time he's replayed the same arrow.
3rd or 4th time, yeah, something like that. it's been something.
And Josh is gonna take 1 for every action, right? And his arsenal's getting destroyed.
Take 1 for every action. He just has to
play an action card.
He needs
attack action, attack reaction.
He needs to go super tall and force him to full block here. I mean, he's got 2 counters on the blade as well, so it pitches Glint and just comes in for Dusk Blade. Dawn, I need to chill. Dawn Blade for Dawn Blade for 5. Block with a card from hand.
He's not taking a life right now because he hasn't played anything.
No. You gotta understand too, Refraction Bolters is still alive.
Yeah, exactly. And right now he's making Paul essentially, he's like, if you block bad, I'm gonna punish you. If you block correctly, I'm going to pass, and then Remorseless gets no value because I didn't play anything.
Yep. Looks like he just blocks 9 here. Okay. A lot more arrows out of the way.
5.
Especially when he saw the glint pitch, he's just like, yeah.
Carter, yeah, he actually missed a tunic 2 turns ago. So he should technically be at 3 this turn, but he's not. On the tunic. The thing is,
I don't think they are.
do you think
Actually.
do you think
Is this rough?
this was worth for Josh to lose 2 counters?
Yeah, this is a route for game.
Route for game. So you go up
Oh,
to
will it
8
be game?
here. No, it won't be
Or is it
game,
just
but
It's either exactsies or is 1.
no, he's gonna put a 3 cost back into, or a 3 defense back, so it's 6. It's 6 to 10.
I don't think he wants to put frazzle there
Or excuse
light
me.
it up.
5. It's 8. So he'll take 2 here, and he's got refraction bolters to come in again.
Yep.
And I don't think he cares at this point. Oh wow, yeah, that's game.
Iron Song.
Hey,
and
Iron
refraction
Song
bolters come in.
response. So you got a +6, so it's 11 to 6 block, so it's 5, and he refraction bolters. So then he can
Yep.
pitch again and then just come in for 5. So it forces him to block with a card in hand and block with New Horizon. So now he's only got 1 card to do anything with, and Josh played that absolutely fantastically because now he has no cards to get any value from Seek and Destroy. Wow.
Does Josh not lose 2 life because he played 2 action cards? Oh, I guess
No,
they're
they're
reactions.
reactions,
Yeah, they're
I looked at
reactions.
it.
Wow.
Stan, welcome to the stream. I understand you just checked in now. Apologize
We're
for
gonna
the
post the games, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go through and piece all these together so everybody can watch these individually whenever they want to. Some great games tonight, honestly. Especially the last 2.
Yeah, I heard like
So far.
the 2 best players on the team.
Yeah, the
Won
best
something,
Prism
yeah.
player, and that's it. So you see him just Arsenal pass, and still having 2 counters on Dawn Blade's just absurd. It's kind of at the it's kind of like the whole Kadachi lock in a way, right? Like you're forced to now just have to block from hand, and if he has anything, he just wins the game. So
You go 3 block, put him on better half.
yeah, literally.
Well, at 1 maybe 6 block. He just
Probably
goes 6
probably
block,
6
better have
block.
it. Yeah. 6
Oh,
block, better have it.
that's absurd.
Yeah.
So you're coming in
Looks like-
for you're coming in for 8.
5 sticks.
You're coming in.
It's a blue.
Is it a Blue Warriors Valor?
Yep.
That's still amazing.
But he's still
having
getting
one
the
floater.
red value.
Yeah, you're still getting the red value out of it, which is very good because the counters. So wow. Josh just never ceases to amaze me with how well he plays this game and how freaking phenomenal he is with Dorinthea.
Watching Josh play makes me feel like a bad player. It makes me think, not that I'm a bad player, but I'm like, I gotta work on things. I have room for improvement,
And thank God he's on your side, so you have access to all his knowledge.
Exactly.
So
Oh, and actually everyone has access to his knowledge because we have a series with him called
Oh.
FAB 201.
nice
That's
plug.
free.
Yeah. Well, right now. Yeah, it looks like to me Paul's just blocking the entire thing. So you're looking at
Singing Steel
3.
Blade for the route.
He's blocking 10. He goes Singing Steel Blade, Overpower, has the blue for game.
Yep.
Good game.
Oh,
Pulse of
it was-
Volhaven you can't activate. Wow. What a
The same
game out of
night,
Josh.
yeah.
What a game out of Josh. We're gonna get him in here. We're gonna talk to him a little bit. Get his insight. Quite
Oh,
excited.
it's not a crime that 3 of a Kind doesn't block for 3. It's too good.
Yeah, dude, if it blocked for 3, that card would be $20-some, $30.
Only Dorinthea can have great Majestics that
yeah.
block for 3.
For sure, for sure.